game. Some of those little tips or hints that some of our well-meaning playing partners would have probably passed on through many of our games, particularly when they see you struggling with a certain type of shot. They might try and offer their best advice that they may have heard from somebody else who heard that from somebody else. All of a sudden, a bit like Chinese whispers can do, these tips or so-called tips end up becoming what people think is the norm and what is the correct fix. So today's golf myth is probably one of the biggest golf myths of them all, and that is keeping the head still in the shot or lifting the head too early causes those top shots. Definitely doesn't. What I find with when we try and keep the head still or when we try not to look up, it actually helps create those bad shots, those top shots. We tend to see the finish where the head is very much down this way, the body stops moving, the body stops rotating, there's no weight shift. The other thing that can happen as well is because we're trying to keep the head down, everything stays down, then there's a reaction that, oh, maybe the club's going to hit the ground before the ball, so then we actually lift the arms. Okay, so if we lift the arms, of course, club goes with you, more likely to top the shot. So next time somebody says to you, oh, you're lifting your head on that shot, try not to listen. A great way of actually trying to get out of those sorts of shots is to not necessarily look or feel like your head is going up, but actually to rotate your head to something in front of the ball. As you can see down here, I've got a little yellow pad from my ColourPath Golf kit. So I want you to, if you are starting to struggle with these sort of top shots, I want you to visualise something like this here. So where it would be just in front of your golf ball, you're going to make the swing, and then as you're coming down to the golf ball, just rotate your head so you're looking for that yellow pad, and that will really help create the correct weight shift, the correct rotation. It will help keep the power going into the shot, and certainly not those top shots that we see going across the ground. If you want to see some examples of how a head up does not affect golf shots, you only have to look at players such as Annika Sorenstam and Henrik Stenson. There'll be some images coming just after this, after these few words, just so you can see what I mean. But if you both look at those players, in fact, David Deval's another one. If you look at all three of those players, as they're striking the golf ball, their head is definitely not still and down. It's almost rotating and looking forward to almost up towards where the target is, or even at least where that yellow pad is. So, as I say, it's one of the biggest myths in golf. Keeping your head still or down will not stop you topping the shot. I'm going to show you a couple of examples now how it can look and how it should look. Okay, so you just see those images of those top players that we spoke about earlier in the video. Just shows how you can see their head rotating towards the target as they strike the golf ball. So the head still, the head down scenarios that we get given by some of our fellow players just shows that really is, and a bit of advice that really means not very much at all and actually can be more detrimental. Those players have won lots of money, won lots of major championships doing it their way, so it must prove that actually this head down, head still piece of advice really means absolutely nothing. So there's many things that can create those bad, thin and top shots. So I would advise getting a good golf lesson to find out why those shots are happening for you, rather than maybe it just be a case of keeping your head down and still more over and over. So now I'm going to give you a couple of examples of how that affects shots. The first one I'm going to be hitting as if I've just been given advice by my playing partner about how I need to keep my head down and see how that affects a shot. And then the next one will be me trying to rotate my head to the yellow pad and how much better that makes the second shot. So let's give it a go. As you can see, not a particularly good strike. It did manage to pop up in the air, but only purely because I hit so on top of the golf ball. It managed to pop itself upwards, but no distance at all, nowhere near my target. That's an extra shot on my score that I definitely don't want. So now we're going to give it another go. This time I'm going to be rotating my head to the yellow pad, and hopefully we're going to see a much better result, and therefore it's going to help us improve our score. Okay, so you can see much better strike, much better distance, no reduction of power or no effect on the contact of the golf ball because I tried to keep my head still. I let it rotate to the yellow pad and the result was therefore much better. So once again, keeping the head down, keeping the head still, complete myth. Next time somebody gives you that advice, let it go through one ear and out the other.